Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you an Artificer battlesmith build guide in Baldur's Gate 3. This is a very tanky but also fun class to play, and you get a steel defender to be able to come around with you and set up some cool synergies. So I'll be going over all of the leveling as well as gear and combat in this video. So the first things first, we're going to be taking the Artificer here. As for the cantrips, I think it's nice to have Firebolt if you have any explosives nearby. Ray of Frost can be nice to reduce movement speed, as well as Shocking Grass to give you advantage on targets that have metal armor, but also to stop them from using reactions. But Thorn Whip to pull them closer, I think these two work best. As for our spells here at level 1, I think Shield and Magic Missile give us the most bang for our buck. As for our infusions here, we got Enhanced Defense, which gives a +1 or 2 to armor class, as well as the increase to our weapon attack and ranged weapon attack rolls. For our battlesmith subclass, we get ourselves the Summon Steel Defender, which invokes our Steel Defender using an Arcane Jolt. In addition to this, we also get the Helm of Awareness given the effects of the Alert feat, +5 to initiative and cannot be surprised. And we also get the Battle Ready, which adds our spellcasting modifier to our attack rolls, so intelligence. And that's why we're going to have an 18 in our intelligence. I would also still recommend having a decent bit of dexterity, so if you could take your dexterity up to something like 16, that would be ideal. And something like this works pretty well, or you can put the points somewhere like that. Now, there's a few different ways we can go about building this, and I'll be showing you all of the different routes we can take, as well as what gear to use. I just have the Nyramnic equipped right now, but there's obviously a lot of other weapons that work great on this class. Now, at level 2, we get to choose some more spells. I think Thunderwave for the pushback is really nice, as well as the ability to take something like Long Strider to increase our movement speed. And for our inventions, there's a few really good ones here. For inventions, I do think that the Mechanical Fury, after you critical hit your Mechanical Summon roll, also critical hit, is probably the best choice here for this class in particular. I also like the Quick Toss use throw using a bonus action. Being able to restore your Arcane Jolts and infusions will be good too. So after short rest, you get 1 infusion back. If you use an infusion at the start of spell, or a spell start of combat, you get the ability to use it without using the infusion. So those two can be really nice as well. Quick Toss is nice too, though, for the bonus action throw, because you can set this up with a bunch of different effects, as a bonus action throw allows you to throw grenades and stuff too, which isn't fully the focus of this, but we can also use the Nyramnic as a bonus action attack, and we get an extra attack. Now at level 3, we get level 2 spells, so we can go with Scorch and Array. I also like Shatter. It's a pretty effective spell, or Melf's Acid Arrow, and there's a bunch of other ones there. And for proficiencies, there's a few. We're going to go with Trident proficiency there, just because we got a Trident here. This isn't the best weapon choice. I just think that this does work well on this build in particular. And also I like to take Mirror Image for the +9 to our armor class. It's a really effective spell, especially because we're kind of a melee class. Invisibility also works pretty well here, so we can go with that. And for our extra infusements, gain advantage on concentration can be nice, or adding homing to a weapon, and giving us increased spell attack rolls is also nice too. Now for our feat, I think it's best to max out our intelligence, since we use this for our attack rolls and for spell casting. And at level 5, we get our choice of cantrip, so you can go with whatever preferred cantrip you want there. And then for our next level spells, Acid Arrow can be a good one. Notice we don't get our level 3 spells at level 5, but we will get those in a moment. Taking Grease and Acid Arrow there for choice. And then at level 6, we get ourselves our level 3 spells. So we got some good choices here. I like Lightning Bolt and Fireball, but also Haste can be good, and Glyph of Warding. So I'd recommend going with any number of those, and we'll take the rest on the next level. And we get to restore a level 3 spell slot. As well, we can also reflect at range attacks, but we get an ability with this subclass later on. And then we get 2 inventions here, so you can give yourself an extra reaction, which can be pretty effective. And we got the ability to use Reactive Shield. We can hit with a spell that requires a dex save, use your shield to half or negate the damage. That can be really good. At level 7, we get ourselves some more spells here, and we'll take Fireball and Glyph of Warding. And then for our proficiency, you can take another type of weapon, or since we have medium armor, we can go all the way to heavy armor proficiency if you'd like. Also, greatsword or long swords can be good, because you can use range, or you can use the extra attacks there. I missed out, but we did get an extra attack, and that just further fuels the damage that we can output. Ice Storm and Firewall are pretty nice too, so we can go with those. And reflecting spells. And for our abilities, I think Dexterity increase is probably the best choice. We already got Alert, which is another one that would be good to take. You can go with Great Weapon Master if you want to use a two-handed weapon. It's another good choice. And for our cantrip, Poison Spray, or any of the other choices there. And then we got things like Conjure Barrage, which can be pretty effective, and greater invisibility, or even Healing Word can pick up your downed allies. And for the next weapon proficiency, we'll take heavy armor proficiency. Hand crossbows can be good, or longbows too, so I guess we can go with something like that. And then for level 10, we get to choose 2 more spells, Banishing Smite being the best choice alongside Cone of Cold. We get another infusement, so we can go with Misty Step there, which is obviously really good. And then we can take the ability to restore our infusions there. At level 11, we get ourselves the reflect range, so it would reflect all enemy projectiles around you this turn's bonus action. That's really good, obviously, because you can shut the enemy down big time, especially if it's an archer. Now, level 11, we can get Cloud Kill, which is pretty fun to use. This can be good for setting up if you have a Necromancer team. It can help with that. Sanctuary is another nice one you can go with, and we'll take our heavy armor proficiency here. Now, for the final level, we do get a couple more spells here that we can choose from this list. Elemental Weapon can be nice for setting up certain attacks. We don't get level 6 spells, so that's something to keep in mind. Hypnotic Pattern's nice. I guess Blight could be good. And we can also take a Branding Smite for weapon damage plus Radiant. And for our final infusement, whatever fusion, you can take whatever you want there. And then for our final choice, we could go with like a Savage Attack if we want to focus more on attacking. Or we can take up our Dexterity and go 20 Dexterity, which can give us some pretty high armor class values. Now, I'll show you what this could look like in terms of combat. So we got 25 armor class there, and then 28. And if we go with our true armor, we get the armor class up way higher here. So this can be pretty crazy. We can get ourselves a 30 armor class. Even with heavy armor, you do lower your armor class, so it's probably best to go with an armor class value of this with the armor of agility here. This gives us a good amount, and we can stealth. So 17 armor class plus dexterity modifier, cloak protection, boots protection, ring of protection, and we got the killer sweetheart for a free crit. Emulator greater health for more health, Helldust gloves for spellcasting plus melee attack damage, get additional 5 damage, and the Mask of Soul perception. Also using Viconia's Walking Fortress here as a shield. And Nyramnic for the weapon, because this will give us movement speed increases, immunity to fall damage. We light the area up, so it's good if you have another build that synergizes with that. Now, I'll show you what this will look like in terms of combat, because it is a pretty fun class, as you got a lot of buffs that you can apply to yourself. Now, for our buffs, we got our Helmet of Awareness, which will give us the alert feed, which is really nice. I like to also take the increased armor class, which will set our armor class up to 32, which will further buff with our Mirror Image spell. And we also got ourselves the enhanced weapon, which will give us increased spell attack, so it's nice to have that up as well. And then also the increased attack rolls with an arcane focus can be good too, so we get a lot of buffs there that are fun. And then I guess for our final one, we can go with like a mirror image, and I'll show you another buff that we can go with. I guess we'll summon in our Steel Defender here, so this is good because it's going to be our somewhat of a tank for us. So you can see there, got our arcane animated armor there. And with this, we'll also get a mechanical jolt, which we can heal it with. So we'll apply our mirror image here, which will set our armor class to a ridiculous 41. And then to go the extra mile, we'll also take haste from our good friend Gale here. And this will further increase our armor class to a 43 value, which is just absolutely absurd. So yeah, we become nigh unhittable at this point. And we get a 17 initiative, so our initiative is absolutely busted. We bring in our animated armor zombie fool here and get him into the fray of things. And you can also protect an ally, giving a +5 to armor class for 2 turns. And we can also give an increase to our saving throws. So using this, we further enhance our armor class to a 48, which is again crazy. We become nearly unhittable at this point. So that's a nice thing with the Steel Defender, is you become literally defended for life. And then we have an insane amount of movement speed here, so we can just get right up into the fray of things. We can go with an attack. I also like, if you can, to just Thunderwave is like a good spell for utility's sake, but you can see there we took out 2 of them, and it also took them out with damage, so that is pretty crazy. Very powerful. I wouldn't say this is overpowered, but we're strong. And Thunderwave is just an easy gimme spell that allows you to just take the enemy out pretty quick and easy, so that is a fun one. And then we just go up here and we got our attack, so we can just go with a Nyramnic attack. We also got a bonus action attack, so that's good too. Rolled a 32, we hit pretty hard there. And we get an extra attack, which is nice. So we also still have 1 action to use, so we can drop a spell if we wanted to. We don't even have to because we just hit so hard. We can just go with like our, I guess we'll do Zephyr Flash here to hit with that. She saved on it, unfortunately. And then we have Masterful Protection, which can increase armor class on our allies. And the Reflective Shell, which will reflect all attacks back to the Descender. So yeah, we got some strong hits. We also got Mind Blast here, which will take her out completely. What's crazy about Mind Blast is it's psychic damage, so if you're up close with the Resonance Stone, it hits really hard. And we also got ourselves the bonus action throw, which lets us also throw our Nyramnic. And we do have disadvantage, but still 90% hit chance, so that's pretty good. And you can see there that took her out. So that's why we took the bonus action throw, because it's pretty good. This also has 2 bonus actions, which is kind of nice. We'll let him come and attack us. He's not going to hit us because we have an insane armor class. And then if you charm him, he has no other choice on what to do, so he's just probably going to end his turn. Yeah, we become really strong with our insane armor class value. It's only 20 right now because another turn has passed. But we got attacks. We can go with our attacks here, and we also have Vanishing Smite for a choices spell. We get our free casted spell too, so we can hit him with like something like that. I guess I should do an attack here first to use up that action. Critical hit, and then finish him with Scorching Ray would be a nice finisher, I guess, too. Scorching Ray is pretty strong, so we'll go with that to hopefully take him out. And boom, boom, boom. Yeah, we hit with all 3. Nice. So that was strong. I'll now show off what this looks like in terms of a bigger combat encounter. So if you were to get into a fight with the guards, I'll let you guys see what that looks like. So to start off another combat encounter here, we got some pretty big hitters like Fireball. Again, setting up your armor class and getting your Steel Watch Defender to set your high armor class can help out too. But we also got like a Cone of Cold, which can be pretty fun for damage because it hits in a huge area of effect. So you can hit sometimes multiple targets with a Cone of Cold. So boom, we hit them there, and we'll just get the combat started this way. Cone of Cold is great if you got a water bottle to throw on the ground, because then you can create ice surfaces to take out the enemy that way. We also got ourselves like an Ice Storm, which is a fun version of the spell, which will also create ice surfaces, so we can hit multiple targets with that. And that took out a number of them there, and created a big difficult terrain, so even better. And we also got our bonus action throw, so we can toss our Nyramnic and hit them 95% chance. And we had a good hit chance. Boom, that hits in a huge area of effect too, and we took them out. So yeah, you can see where this becomes pretty crazy. And then we can use our ability to buff up our armor class with our Steel Watch Defender again to take our armor class up to a ungodly 48. That's just seriously busted. I don't know why they're not fighting us, but we'll get them to join the party here so we can attack them with this. And they just walked on past. That's fine. If you want to ignore it, well, they just heal. That's okay. I don't know what's happening there, but they don't have a very good chance of hitting us. Blocked it, obviously, and we can just let them do their thing. I don't think they're going to run towards us because of the ice surfaces there. That usually keeps them away, unfortunately. But we'll see. Maybe they will run. You got a throw and obviously a block. Now we're obviously blocking it too because we had the mirror images up. But yeah, we had a really high armor class. We still got a 39, which is crazy. So that's great. We also got hit with a command grovel, so we'll try to stop that from happening. Good, we did. Because command grovel is like the one downside to this. You can get really stuck with any type of command spell. And then we'll go with another Ice Storm because that's just very good crowd control. Hopefully we can take 1 or 2 of them out. They didn't even get hit by it. That sucks. We can't make our way in there. We could even drop like a Glyph of Warding if we wanted to. We might even drop a Fireball. Fireball is typically a pretty good spell too. Not a greatest hit chance. It breaks all of our ice apart. But then we can go ahead with throwing our Nyramnic again, and that'll hit a huge area of effect. And we'll go with a critical hit throw too, why not? That took him out. That's crazy. 2 turns, all it takes to take them all out with the battlesmith. That was really good. So yeah, you can get your armor class really high, as you saw there. We're defensive, we're offensive, we can do it all. It's a fun class, so give this one a shot. Echo000 made it. It's awesome. Now available on console too, so check it out in Baldur's Gate 3. Please hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.